My name is Marissa Ford, and this is the If You Want to Listen talk show.
And I'm Dantes James.
Yes, you are. So, this episode is going to be about the topic tips for making art when no one cares. Right now, I am on a pursuit to build a following. I have been for years, when it comes to building a fan base for music, um, a a fan base for YouTube, um, even to get people to watch our web series, Love in the Corner Office. And we've had a lot of people watch it, but still, it's just a drop in the bucket when it comes to like really building a following. So, and when I think about you and you being an author and you've had a lot of success in your book sales this year, and last year, but I do recall a time where you said you had a book signing and nobody came. So, like, what are some tips for being an artist, making art when no one cares?
You got to have this certain kind of like some insanity to believe that you're actually capable of being successful at it. You got to push through any failures, and you got to learn from any mistakes. And sometimes you got to pay attention to whether if it's a sign to, not change professions, but change the way you're going about it. Because, sometimes it's just the strategy. I used to be a bitter person and call people out on Facebook whenever no one will support or I couldn't get a ride to set. That was only one time.
Why is that in quotes? Get a ride to set.
Because like, there's just some things you look back at and you're just like, why did I even go about doing this, or why did I post that? But
it gets tough.
It does,
you get to a point where you're just like, what's it all for?
Right, for real. But to get over that, you just gotta stay focused on the bigger picture.
I like that. Stay focused on the bigger picture. But I do believe there's something to be said about making art for you. That really has been a thing that I've been trying to hold on to, is that maybe nobody wants to listen to my songs, but like I need to make songs that I want to listen to, because a lot of times with the mainstream, they tell you to try to make what the people want. And if you start making what the people want and it's sacrificing your love for doing it and the people still don't want it, that's even more depressing.
Then you're gonna compromise that. You ain't happy with the work.
Exactly. So for me, I don't think that I can just make it to where, let me try to make what the people want. Just staying true on making what I love. With Love in the Corner Office, if nobody was to watch the show and I was to put it on 3 years from now and enjoy it and it be something that I want to watch, then that to me is going to keep me happy as a creator. But what I'm learning now is finding the audience that will love what you are making and then figuring out how to get it to them. And that has become my mission, is really, go ahead.
I just learned this in a book. Segmented market. Okay. Segmented marketing. Finding your target audience and then just pitching directly to them. Because there is somebody out there that wants what you're putting out. And a lot of times we think that our stuff is for everybody. Anybody could go listen. Anybody could go watch. Anybody could go read. But that's not necessarily true. Somebody, might like romance, but they don't like erotic romance. Some people might want cursing, might not want cursing. And even in music, some people might want something a little more raunchy than others. And some people might want something that's a little less, or over the edge. So
understanding what kind of art you make and figuring out
how to get it to the people
that love that. And I think that will take the focus off of nobody listening and nobody caring and nobody you know, watching you or
Mm-hmm.
whatever you feel like you're experiencing, if you now be like, okay, cool, how do I figure out who I'm targeting, who I need, who needs this,
Mm-hmm.
that becomes the obsession. I think if that becomes the obsession, and this is just me guessing because I'm right now in the process of that as a creator, rather than being upset and defeated by not having an audience, let me, my stomach's growling, let me focus my attention on finding that audience and giving that to them and creating more awesome stuff for them, so that once they find me, they will have a treasure trove of things
Mm-hmm.
to consume.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really my biggest tip. Like, I don't really have much more than that. I'm not really, on the other side of the fence yet. I'm still trying, to find my tribe. But that is going to be my focus now. Not so the making of the art. I can't not make art. And most of the time as artists, we just can't help but do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we might be starving, we might be burnt out from years of trying to have that be our main gig.
Mm-hmm.
And we also may not consider ourselves business people, but there comes a time where we have to stop focusing on what we don't have and the struggle, and really get clear on the business side of it and how to get to where we really want to be.
Exactly. I think we both put those business hats on in recent months, and it's helped out a lot. I'm just now being able to like tiptoe back into the art, but now the art is different because now I know my target audience, and I want to make sure that I'm, meeting the needs of what people need. Meeting the needs of what people want.
Yeah, and that's when you're tailoring it to the audience, but you're not tailoring it to everyone,
a big audience,
or tailoring it to the masses, or what you feel like is popular. Because a lot of times we get caught up on, well, people clearly want that because they're the popular mainstream, but there's millions of people that don't want that, or really want what you have to offer. And as soon as you figure out who those people are, you can make, but they love this, you can add that element to what you're already doing, and then it'll just be tailor-made for your tribe.
Exactly. I wrote a book for the ladies, and I wrote a book for the men. It's all within the same series. The ladies love the first book, the men are loving the second book. And I realized that it's because, well, for men, we don't really get to talk about our vulnerability or, openness on things that hurt us. We always feel like we got to have this guard up. So now, I don't mean to take this away anywhere, but now it's going into a direction where I can meet what the ladies like and the men like, and have a book, not tailored just specifically for that reason, but to make it, that much more entertaining. And, I say this to say, share all of the work that you want to share, get the feedback, and make adjustments according to that.
Pay attention to the data, the analytics, feedback. A lot of times we run from the feedback because we're like, it's my art and I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
But that is going to be how you find your tribe.
Exactly.
Yeah.